So what do you do next? As I mentioned just before, the first and foremost thing again is to review your risk assessment. So your money laundering, terrorist financing risk assessment, your AML risk assessment, or your business-wide risk assessment, whichever way you call it, that must be reviewed in the immediate future. Working with your compliance teams, with your wider business to review all the key elements that have come out of this risk assessment and to do an assurance of actually what you have in place and that does it accurately mitigate the risk in line with the increased risk potentially, for example, AI fraud, synthetic fraud. Do your controls significantly mitigate that? When it comes to crypto risk, do you understand the payment provider risk? Do you understand the amount of payment providers that might inherently receive cryptocurrency assets? And what does that mean in terms of indirect exposure to potential money laundering risks? Again, looking at your games and things like this. If you're a land-based operator, again, when the cash is king, how do you assess actually the level of cash transactions being commensurate to the player, the customer's actual profile? Number two, again, once that assessment's taken place, you must be looking to, where necessary, implement additional controls, improve controls, review the controls you have in place to ensure that they are in line with the level of risk that you as a business are willing to absorb. So again, if the inherent risk has now increased off the back of this risk assessment from medium to high, or from low to high in a certain area, risk factor or risk category, you need to make sure that you're bringing down with the residual risk based on the controls you have in place, and they need to be accurately assessed and tested. Number three, I would always encourage, off the back of that, ensuring that you have, again, tested this. So through an internal audit or external audit, once you've done a risk assessment, once you've got the controls in place, ensure that there's an audit that takes place in line with these risks that you believe have been mitigated, that the expectations of the regulator will come definitely down to review and ensure that these are, again, taking place to make sure that there's a mitigation, accurate and sufficient mitigation of money laundering risks within your business. And number four, should I say, is to ensure that you are engaging with your board of directors, because again, off the back of this risk assessment, there may be a varying level of change, a varying level of resources, a varying level of development that's needed. And it's important that the board has eyes on and has oversight, and again is able to understand the risk, able to accept the risk where it's increased, or again can help you as a compliance professional, as a compliance team, to readdress the risk ratings or the risk appetite based on